The first way to upgrade your home on a budget is to declutter. Now, I know you knew I was going to say it, so I'm just getting it out there right away in the video. But I have to say, I honestly think it's one of the best ways to upgrade your home to make it feel more luxurious and even relaxing to be in. What's cool about it too is that it's pretty much entirely free and you can make a big difference in the course of a single day. No researching products online or having something installed or tearing apart your kitchen or whatever it is. Yes, maybe you get things out when you're decluttering, but you can get it done in the course of minutes or even in a day. I swear, if you just go to that room in your house that you spend the most time and you spend one Saturday afternoon doing a deep declutter and maybe a little bit of cleaning too, you will feel so refreshed and your space will feel entirely enhanced. Sometimes it's about restraint, and the chaos of stuff that we have in our homes due to the culture that we live in can make our homes run amok, and we feel like we lose control over our homes and we don't enjoy being at home, which should be the place that we feel most relaxed, most serene. I swear, just take one afternoon, or even if you don't have that because you're busy, 20 minutes to do some decluttering in the space you spend most time, and you will find you're way more calm, it relaxes you, and you're way more willing to invite people over. A second strategy for upgrading your home is purchasing quality decor that actually has a function. Rather than buying a bunch of little trinkets that are cheap and just sit out and again add to the clutter and the chaos, invest in pieces that actually serve some kind of purpose for you and also are pleasant to look at. I think the easiest way to explain this one is to give you some examples. For example, I love our leather chair that we bought years ago, probably like 5 years ago or something. I know we will have it for years to come. It really adds some kind of dimension or texture to the space. It makes the entire room feel more enhanced. And yes, it is an investment, so in that sense, it's less budget friendly, but I feel like because I have my dream piece, I'm less likely to go out to Home Goods or something and just buy a bunch of little trinkets. Another example is I have this beautiful vanity mirror on top of an antique desk. That mirror is something I use every single day because I do my makeup and hair at that desk. But because it's a beautiful piece, I can leave it out all the time. It adds some kind of visual interest to the space, but it's actually something I use. Another example is good glassware. Not that you even need to buy the most expensive, you can even buy it secondhand, but having really nice feeling glassware, I think totally enhances the feeling of being in a space. When you have a nice glass in your hand that you're sipping a drink out of, you just feel fancier. This is true for hosting, but also just for you enjoying your space, even if you're drinking something as simple as water. You can even set out glassware on display if it's pretty enough. Another example is getting a really pretty looking blanket that's something you actually want to lay across your couch so that it's kind of adding some visual interest or texture to the space, but it's also something, again, that you'll actually use. I know personally I constantly use a blanket when I'm on the couch, so it's nice to have it right there. And also, I am notoriously bad at folding up a blanket and putting it fully away. So if it's one that I can just kind of like fold in half and just throw across my couch, I'm way more likely to actually put it sort of away, even though it's kind of out. But then it also adds something to the space too. I think this second point of purchasing decor that actually has a function kind of reflects a concept I've been talking about a lot lately on the channel, which is to make your home work for you and to function according to your lifestyle, rather than pretending you live some other kind of lifestyle and that you are going to use things that you don't use, or that you are fancier than you actually are. Live the life you have and just invest in pieces that actually serve you, are actually things you're going to use like pretty much every day. Invest in those pieces and then just forget the rest. Just don't add the rest, because those other things will just add more chaos. A third strategy is to purchase antique or secondhand pieces that, again, are functional. Buying secondhand or antique is a great way to get a better deal, a better quality item quite often at a much better price. Whether it's at just a thrift store or at a local antique shop, so often you can get such an amazing deal on incredible pieces. A couple examples, and I have a whole video about these pieces, but are my relatively new buffet that's in my dining room. Totally adds to function. I have way more storage for things in my dining area, which is really critical because I have a relatively small kitchen and very little storage space there. But it also serves as a buffet where I can set down food if I want to have kind of like a buffet line, or if I want to host and just have a few nibbles out. It's also beautiful and adds this antique-y feel to the space, very elevated, feels very fancy, but let me tell you, it was so cheap. I bought it on Facebook Marketplace from somebody who like refinishes old antique pieces for an incredible price, and they even delivered. Similarly, my antique desk that I have in the corner, I got that from a local shop. It is absolutely gorgeous. Again, got an amazing price on it, and I use it for doing my hair and makeup. I also use it for checking emails, doing some work, and it's right there by 2 windows. It's absolutely a wonderful place to feel pleasant while getting things done. This piece is totally unique. It's really beautiful. It adds something to the space, but let me tell you, it was such a good deal. So much less expensive than the new pieces I get, and it feels way fancier. Fourth is to switch your hardware, whether it's on your kitchen cupboards or cabinets, or even your dressers or other pieces of furniture. Changing just the handle can turn something from feeling dumpy to really elevated. And it often is something you can even do yourself. Like, it's not that hard to switch out handles. I did it, for example, on the hardware for my IKEA dresser that I got for my nursery for my daughter, and I feel like it transforms the piece of furniture. This is an IKEA dresser I see all over the place, but it looks so much better with new handles, and I bought them for super cheap and switched them out myself. A fifth hack, and I swear this one is probably the biggest bang for your buck outside of decluttering, is to purchase plants. Because so often you can get them for free, maybe get even part of a plant that you can propagate from a friend. You can go to places like Home Depot. They have some really cheap but beautiful plants. You can find a local plant shop if you want to support a local business. I always like to do that if I can. But so often adding just a few plants, you can spend like 40, 60 bucks for a few plants, and it transforms the entire room and the entire feel. I personally think it's smart to get some plants that are low maintenance if you're not really someone with a green thumb. Like, I'm definitely not someone with a green thumb, but I have plants all over my house. And I really think the number one plant for low maintenance living is probably the pothos. That's the plant that has those green leaves that kind of like grows and grows and grows. What's nice is that over time they can grow out and expand across the space. You can hang it from the ceiling and it makes this huge visual impact even with one plant. But I swear, if you have no home design knowledge, getting a plant or 2 or 3, it's transformative. And honestly, I just feel like they liven up a space and make me feel happy. Of course, warning, don't get too many. Like, start small, because I do think it can get excessive where you have a million plants and then it takes up a bunch of space that you don't need it taking up. So like, I think there's a balance, but plants are magic. A sixth strategy that I think is really important is to personalize it to you. If there is nothing else that you learn from this video, remember, this is your home. This is nobody else's. You get to live the way you want to. Isn't that exciting? Like, sometimes as adults, we forget how lucky we are that in our homes, whether we rent or buy, whatever, they are our little spaces, our little spots to like enjoy and live, have people over, spend time alone, whatever it is. Like, that is your little space, and you can make it special and comfortable for you. And there's a magic in that. There's an excitement in that. And I think when we kind of reconnect with that excitement, we can get inspired to do things in our space that make our lives better, more comfortable, and just more fun. So if it's including family photos in some way and some nice secondhand frames, or whether it's putting up art that's created by friends and family. I know I have multiple pieces of art that were created by friends or family. Little ways to make your home specific to you. Maybe it's through your style or just what you like to have around, again, what you use, what's functional to you. Adding those little touches that feel good to you is what is going to make your home a home. It's when we just go with every quick little fad or what my friend has at their house. You know, when we're trying to just take things off of Instagram and make it a reality in your home, sometimes we forget to add the character and the charm. And don't get me wrong, I get inspired by Instagram and Pinterest too. Like, some of that is okay, but when it comes down to it, think about, what do I like? What kind of colors and feels am I drawn to? And what are little sentimental things that maybe I even already have that I can incorporate into my space in a way that feels really good to me? Anyway, those were my 6 hacks for upgrading your home on a budget. Obviously, some of them are less budget friendly than others, so pick and choose what really works for you. The first strategy is to declutter. Just get rid of the stuff and your home will feel more streamlined and relaxing. Second, invest in good decor that actually also has a function. Third, add secondhand or antique pieces that again serve a function. Fourth, switch your hardware, your knobs and your handles. Fifth, add some plants. And then sixth, personalize your space according to what you love. Make your home your home. Anyway, I hope these ideas were helpful. If any of you have other related ideas about how to upgrade your home, let me know, add them in the comments. I want to spark discussion. And if you enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up button. It's a great way to support the channel, as is subscribing. And also, if you want to be notified when new videos are coming out, hit the bell alert button below. Thank you so much for spending this little bit of time with me, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.